Hey guys and girls, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Resurrection with myself, Lewis. Brilliant, have yourself a great day as always. So I've been busy around the base trying to get it a little bit more organised and a little bit more automated because it was getting a bit of a problem being able to do that, the water and things. So instead of that, I've put some pumps and things in here which are working nicely. So we've got a pump here which is bringing water into these solar majigama jobs, which is great, and they're all going down here into here, and you're going to see this looks a little bit more awkward than it did before. I have to admit, like, having these guys have outputs really makes it hard to make stuff compact. I'll tell you that, because you've got to have certain areas where you can't put anything. Like, for instance, I have a macerator here going into a forge hammer, but I can't put anything. I have to have a pipe going into it, a pipe coming out of it, and then I still have to have an area for the excess steam to come out of. So for these two, it's coming down here. For this one, it's going up there. And for this one, it's coming out this way. And I also got a compressor here, which comes out this way. So if I'm using the compressor, I got to make sure to not walk past when it blows out loads of steam like that. But I'll show you what I've done here. This is really simple stuff. So basically, we've got the macerator that macerates the stuff. Then the stuff gets pulled out and goes into the forge hammer where it gets forged up, and then it comes out of there, goes all the way around the back into this one and gets cooked and sent down here into this chest like so. So I can place things like malachite in there, which is basically copper. We can put that in there, and that will do that, turn to that. The forge hammer's used because when you get the stuff from the macerator, it's not actually doubled. If you cook it, I think you only get something like 4 or 3 nuggets, which obviously is not worth it, is it? So you have to use a hammer on it to turn it into a pile of dust, and then you can smelt the pile of dust, and you get 2 of the pile of dust. You get 1 pile for each one of the stuff that you get out of this. So that does that, brings it around and comes to here. Now, I tried doing it just straight across there, but we run into an issue if I do that, because then the pipe for this one, the output for this, is being plugged up by a pipe. So you can't do that because it stops the machine from working. So see what I mean? It's really awkward to try and make this compact. Like, there's nowhere else for me to put the steam to come out of. When I made this originally, I should have really thought about this. I'm thinking of taking it apart, but at the minute it's working alright. But you really want to set some room out and not have these right next to each other because it makes it so awkward for it to be able to work. But there you go, you can see the stuff coming out. That's going to come out of there, it's going to go into here, and it's going to get smelted and sent into here. So at the minute I'm using this as kind of like a backup furnace in case I want to smelt something like, I don't know, if I want to smelt like bread or make some stone or something like that. That's what I'm using that one for. I've also got more of these, so you can see we've got a grand total of 5 simple solar boilers, which seem to be doing the job and keeping up quite nicely. And if you're wondering why the items aren't going into these, or trying to go into these simple solar boilers, because I had that issue originally where the items were trying to go in there, I put a piece of cobblestone in the input. It's the only input that they have right there. So I've just put a piece of cobblestone in there so that they can't go in there. They have to go around this way. So that's it's working just fine, and I'm getting copper and things from it. I got a pretty decent amount of ores. It's looking pretty nice. Got some diamonds, some redstone, some lapis, loads of iron, loads of bronze, some brass because I was playing with some brass earlier, tin, iron. I was going to use the GregTech item pipes, but I believe to use the GregTech item pipes you need to have the item buffers, and that's a block in its own. That takes up even more space. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go build crap. Just going to stick with the old. Do what I know. Alright, so today I have a couple of things that I would like to start doing. First is going to be mining, and we're going to do that with a turtle, because most people know, and if you don't know, when you have GregTech involved, making things like quarries are ridiculously expensive because you need all the diamonds, but diamonds are not easy to come by in this. So with your first lot of diamonds that you get, you kind of got a bit of a toss-up. You either make a macerator to double ores, which I did, and I've done more mining, and since then I've managed to get more stuff, more diamonds, but it's best to not make a diamond pickaxe, just go straight to a turtle. At least I think it is. And yeah, so we're going to do that today. So we need 3 diamonds for a diamond pickaxe. Now once we've got that set up and going, I would like to start looking into making a steel furnace, or a steel blast furnace for GregTech, so that we can start making steel, because steel is basically what's used to make the upgraded versions of all of these before we go into electric, which is going to be amazing. Yes. So, let's go ahead and do this. Now, to make a turtle, we're going to need a few bits. We're going to need a lot of iron. We're going to need some diamonds. We need 3 diamonds. And we're also going to need some redstone. And we're going to need some glass. Here we go. So let's have a look at the recipe for a turtle. Just going to need a simple little turtle, like this guy. And for this, we're going to need some stone. We're going to need some panes and some of that good stuff. So let's make some panes. And grab some stone. And we'll craft ourselves a basic monitor. Cool, cool. And now we want to make ourselves a turtle. So we're going to need a chest. Aha, here we go. 1 chest. So we'll make you. Cool, cool. And now we need to make a... I've got some sticks I have. Our pickaxe, so the turtle can actually use it. So we'll have a pickaxe with our turtle. It gives us a mining turtle. So we're pretty good there. And let's put that stuff back in there like that. Okay. And I think this is going to work quite nicely. Now, because I'm not playing on a server, I'm going to have a few issues with turtles stopping and starting. Even though we can add the programs to make them kind of restart, it's still going to be a bit of a pain in the bum, because I can't really keep this area chunk loaded because I'm doing it in single player. It's not on a server, so there isn't really any way to combat that. There's going to be stops and starts, but at least once it's going, you know, it's going to be going. So I want to grab some chests, and I actually would like to pump the items back to the base. So let's get a engine, and we'll get a pipe, and let's grab some cobblestone pipes, and I'm also going to want some chests. So let's make a buttload of chests. Let's get 2 chests. Actually, probably want 1 more than that. And you. Good stuff. Alright. So, let's go and do this. And pick the size that we want this to be. I'm going to do overland because turtles are pretty nifty. They don't, like quarries, they won't have issues with lava or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm going to do it close to the base. The reason I'm not going to do it near the water, though, is because I don't want any of it to unload. Because if I haven't got a chunk loader and it unloads, if I'm doing something else around here, like out the front, and it stops, well, that's just a big pain in the bum. So I'm thinking of doing it kind of around here, like having a big old hole outside my base, but I think that's probably going to be one of the best ways of doing it. Now, my only worry is that we have got a area inside the base that goes underground, haven't we? So I don't want to really go nipping into that. So let's have a look along here. I want to need to make sure that I go past the for this. All right, so this is 551. So as long as you go past the Z of 551, we know that we're not going to start nipping into the base. Yes. Which would be a shame, because then all the bad guys would most definitely come rushing in, which I do not want to happen. So let's put this guy over here, make sure we go past 551, and we're going to be in good shape. Wow, this comes up a lot further than I thought it did as well. So we'll pop this little guy around here. Yeah, let's put him here. Good stuff. And we're going to need a chest for him to put all of his goods into. So we'll have a chest there. And let's get a engine so we can have the stuff come out. So I'll put you there. And you can go right there. And 1 lever. Brilliant. Alright, so anything will go in there. It's now going to get pulled out from here. So let's just double check, make sure I got it all right. So we should have the seeds get pulled out. Yep. And they'll get thrown on the floor. Good stuff. Okay. And we're going to need pipes coming back from here as well, aren't we? As well as some fuel for our turtle. Yes. I'm going to go with cobble pipes, I think. I know that they're not that great, but I think they're going to do the trick. And I would like to make the area where the pipes are going to come into down here. So I'm going to break you. And let's have these come out of here a little bit. So we got a little bit of room to work with. There we go. And let's put some chests here. Cool, cool. And then we'll have our pipes go into the back of that. So let's grab some glass. Have I got glass? I have got glass. Brilliant. So I want some of you. I want some glass. And let's get some pipes. Gonna need a fair few pipes. Get 64 pipes. That's probably going to be more than enough. And we'll have those do that. Plus the fuel. I've only got 21 coal at the minute, so I've started making a little tree farm over here, if you didn't already see it. And this is basically to smelt down to charcoal. That's my plan. If I can do that, then we're going to be all good. So let's have these come out of here. And I think I'm going to bring it this way. Where's my hole? Here it is. So I want it to come along here, through here. Oh, is that my base? I think that's my base. All right, we'll go up a little bit. Just go up a tad. Here we go. And I need to go have a sleep in a minute because we don't want my solar panels to stop generating. So, yes, let's bring these along here. Cool. It's going to be a little bit slow, but you know what? It doesn't really matter because the turtle's going to be pretty slow anyway. So I'm not too worried about having gold cables. They're going to reach the base anyway. So we'll have you coming down there. Cool. And we'll fill you in. Good stuff. All right, so let's go and have a little sleepies because we're already getting bad guys spawning, and nobody likes bad guys, especially not me. Especially the green creepery guys. They are pretty nasty. All right, so let's do this. I think we're actually ready to get this guy going. It looks pretty good to me. Yes. Now, I think there's still a creeper outside my house. Yes, there is. Let's go over this way so he doesn't see us. Has he seen us? Where is he? Where's he gone? Where's he hiding? Mr. Creeper, what are you doing? Oh, I can see his head. He's right there. Okay. At least he is nowhere near us. So, let's get our turtle ready. I think we're going to go with a regular... We're just doing like a 9x9 or something, just to test the waters. Now, the one thing that I know is going to be a little bit strange is the amount of the ore that we're actually going to get from this. Because you remember with GregTech, it changes the way the ore veins work. So, there could be a very good chance that we might not get any copper from doing this. Because there might not be a ore vein that runs through there that has copper. And that's just kind of the way it's going to be. So it's going to be hit and miss. I think trialing small areas to see what vein runs through that area is going to be a good idea. Because if it's a vein that's absolutely rubbish or has something that we can't use yet, I'll move the turtle to a different area and then we'll check in there. So that's kind of going to be how I'm going to do it. So let's put all of the stuff in here and we'll get this little guy to refuel. Oh, wrong button. Just do all the refuelings. There we go. And we're just going to go with a regular excavate for the time being. So we'll do excavate, and we want a 9x9. And off the little guy goes. Good stuff. So, he's going to excavate that for us. Like I say, he's going to do a very nice little 9x9 going all the way down. And he'll keep going until he hits the first layer of obsidian, then he'll stop. So, I'm kind of... I would like to know what he's going to bring up. I know, it's kind of strange. Like, is he going to bring up lots of ore? Is he going to bring up, like... pretty much just one type of ore? It really depends on the vein he hits, I think. There's lots of different types of ores, obviously. GregTech has like 2 to 3 pages of different types of ores that this little guy can be grabbing. But you know what? We'll find out eventually, won't we? He'll grab all that, bring it back to here, and this will get pumped down to the base so that I can have it go into that chest and I can see exactly what's in that little area over there, which is going to be good. Okay, so next up on the agenda is to start making ourselves a blast furnace. And a blast furnace needs a monstrous amount of bronze. Like a horrible, scary amount of bronze needs to come out of this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this being hammered, which is going to be good. Now, the hammered stuff's going to come into here. I don't think you can... I'm going to watch this. Because I don't want to really play with the transport pipes. But I don't think you can smelt one of these. At least I hope you can't. I don't know. Let's kind of... Can I grab it? Yeah, I got it. Good stuff. Let's see what happens when this comes around here. Because I would like to know if you smelt it, does it just turn back into the ore that you used for it, like the ingots? Or does it do something else? If it doesn't smell it, that's great, because if it doesn't smell it, then they can just sit in there and I'll grab them out. It'll just be like it'll be like a furnace chest just for these guys. So let's see what it does. And it gets some... Okay. Alright, so it does... Oh, that would be bad, wouldn't it? If I left those in there, we made the plates went back round and then got smelted back into ingots. And I just ended up with what I put in there. Oh man, I would facepalm so hard. Okay, alright, so we're gonna have to break this if we're gonna do it this way. So let's take those, we'll turn you off for the time being, and we're going to get a load of this happening. There we go, good stuff. So that's going to do that for us. And it is, you know, it's not fast. It's not a fast process for it, to be honest. I might even use up the hammer that I've already got, because we've got, you know, a little bit here that could be used. So let's see if we can do this. Oh, man, I know that's so cool. Why can't it just do it in the regular inventory? Let's put you in there. And bam. I can't believe I actually managed to do that. Those hammers are pretty good. All right, so we've got 37 bronze plates. And so put it this way, for one of these guys, because we need to basically make, if you've ever used a blast furnace from Railcraft, it's practically the same thing, but it's a GregTech one. So, and we can make the one from Railcraft. Man, my mind just went blank. We can make the one from Railcraft, but that means we have to go to the Nether and get all the bits, and, you know, it's just a bit of a pain in the bum. Plus, I said that I was going to kind of stick to GregTech in this playthrough to see how it kind of plays out. So, yeah, so let's have a look in here. So we want to look at bronze, and we're going to need to make this. So we need a bronze-plated blast furnace, and then we need a 3x3x4 hollow with opening on the top. So 32 bronze-plated bricks are required, and the bronze-plated bricks require 6 bronze plates per brick to make 1 brick. That's redonkulous. Think how many bronze plates you need, and each bronze plate is 2 ingots. So that's a mind-bogglingly large amount. To be able to make one of those, that's 12 bronze ingots a piece for each bronze-plated brick, and I need 32 of those. That's a scarily large amount. But, you know, I've been working away trying to get as much of this as I can, so I guess we can only really start from the bottom, can't we? So let's start by making the actual blast furnace piece. So to do this... Oh, is that the right one? No, that's not the right one. I want you. We need 4 of those with some of these. And some of that. And have I got my wrench? I have got my wrench. Brilliant. So let's make you some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, cool, cool. And you're never going to go in there, are you? Alright, we'll do it this way then. Okay, so that's a bronze-plated blast furnace. Brilliant. And now we need to make a buttload of these guys. So I need loads of this. I'm gonna need another hammer. Man, that's a pain in the bottom. Alright. Let's make one that we made before. I think I used amethyst for the last one. And it was pretty strong, wasn't it? So, yeah. Good stuff. Alright, so we need that. I need my wrench. I need to get rid of all the rubbish in my inventory. There we go. Cool, cool. And let's grab some bricks. And we'll make some of this. So we'll have you, and you, and you. Wow. This is going to take up my entire life. How many have we got? We've got 12 in there. Let's get some more in there. There we go. Keep going. And I think... oh, I didn't realise it did that. Now you can see what I mean about how this is going to take a long time to do. It's not a fast process being able to make one of these, but at least once you've got it, you've got it. You don't have to worry about it then. And the good thing with all of these blocks is that once you're done with them, because we're not going to be using this forever, once we're done with it, we'll be able to stop using this, and we can... I think we can smelt these back down. So if we have a look, yeah, I can smelt these back down into bronze dust. So we basically get half back, because each bronze dust will give us 1 ingot, and we actually use 12 ingots to make one of those. So we get half the ingots back. It's not ideal, but it's, you know, it's something. And something's better than nothing. That's kind of the way I look at it. How much? We've got brass, copper. I need to start getting some of this done as well. Let's go down here and throw you in that, because I'm going to need a load of that as well. I also changed these around, if you haven't noticed, to the larger pipes, the large bronze fluid pipes. These are pretty expensive, because for each one of these, it's the same amount that we use. So for these, we use 6 plates to get 6 small bronze. And then for a regular one, it's 6 plates for 2. And for the large ones, it's 6 for 1. But they carry a lot more steam. And since I upgraded to these, because you see they're much bigger, this little guy down here doesn't seem to be having any issues, because I've got these getting fed in there, so these steam areas are getting fed into there through the bottom that we saw in the last episode, but I've also got a big pipe coming down here as well, and I put a plate on top. So any of the plates that you make, you can attach them to the sides of the pipes, and it basically seals them off like that. But then you can put things on top of them. So I put a lever on there so that that one there would still work. So it's kind of a nifty way of doing it. I like that. I like that you can put plates on there. Like that's pretty cool, that is. So alright, so we got a few more. Let's make a couple. At least we can get a start on this today, and then hopefully by the next episode we'll be able to come back and reap the fruits of our labour. Probably, maybe not. This could take for years. Alright, so we've got 6 of those, we've got that. So let's have a look at this. So it's a 3x3x4. So let's find a place where we're going to make this. I'm thinking of doing it right here and then having the hollow top going outside. I think that could be kind of a way of doing it. So if we dig a hole out here, like this, and we're going to have this guy in here. Yeah. So this whole base, I think, is just going to be like my steamy area. This is what I'm going to go with. And once we move on to something like electric, we can move away from this and start using something else. Make a new base, you know. I'm going to be digging big old holes, so maybe we can use some of the holes that I dig. But overall, it's going to be a good laugh. Oh my god. All of that just for that. Okay, well, you know, at least I can put the plated furnace down. It was a start. We've almost done the bottom layer. Woohoo! Wow. Alright, let's try and at least finish the bottom layer before we pack it in for the day. Let's do you and that. And, okay, alright, what is it? That, and that, and some of you. Nope, that. And some of this. There we go. And someone commented in one of the last episodes saying that GregTech seems very grindy to begin with. It kind of is. Like, I wouldn't say it's grindy. I would say it's different. You know, there's a lot to do, and there's a lot to play with. Like, whenever I kind of see grinder, I always think of something like World of Warcraft. And, like, I used to play World of Warcraft for years, so I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing. But, yeah, it's like go and hunt 12 deer's bums, and then come back, and then you have to hunt 16 elk's antlers. Like, that's grinding. But, wow, he's done really quick. I'm surprised how fast he's done that. Have we got... Oh, look. Ah, he just made his little way back. Ah, what do we get? We got aluminium, bauxite, coal, and lignite. Huh. And we got a really big bauxite one here. What does bauxite make for us? I don't think it makes anything we can actually use at the minute. So this is kind of the worry I was talking about, that we're going to get stuff that we can't really do a great deal with. There. What can we do with... Oh, we can use this to make aluminium and coal, and then lignite's basically cheap coal. Not a great deal, but at least we've ran into a vein, and you can kind of see what I mean about the vein. So we'll have, like, the way the veins work is you have, like, the more expensive stuff at the top of the vein, and then as you go down, the vein will change to different ores. So my awesome mine over this way, actually I'd like to show you this before we finish up the episode. We're not going to have enough time to do the main boiler today, but we can at least show this off. I wonder if I can get in there. Can I? I've got nothing in there. Why have I? Oh, there it is. Okay, all right. It's just taking its time. It's just taking its sweet time to get down there. These pipes are pretty slow anyway. Okay, all right, yeah. Let me take you to my awesome mine. I'll show you what I mean about the types of veins that you get in GregTech. It's a little bit of a walk, but that's fine. We'll get there. Now, how it kind of works is you'll have 3 to 4 types of ores at the top of the vein, and those will span down through the vein. Now, veins can obviously be different sizes and such, but as you go through the vein, it changes from the types of ores that you have. And you generally find the ores, although there's 3 to 4 different types, they're kind of the same ore. Like, the reason I have so much iron is because down here we have like 3 to 4 types that are all identical. So, and that's kind of just the way I've been doing it. So let's just dig down it. Okay. And oh man, I really need to stop kind of nerd poling up whenever I come out of here. It becomes a nightmare whenever I want to get back down. Alright, so this is where I've been doing all my mining. So you can see here we have yellow limonite, we have brown limonite, and we have, if I can find it, where are you? Oh, there's some. Oh, and So that, cool. And there's some malachite, which is great. So this is like a brilliant vein that I found here, because the limonite makes iron, the yellow limonite makes iron, and the banded iron makes iron. See? Obviously, later on into Greg Tech, once we get down into using like electrolytic separators and things like that, these ores are actually going to make a difference then. But for now, they're iron. So I found a big buttload of iron, basically, for now. And the malachite is copper. So I found iron and copper in a giant vein. Pretty good, right? I like that. But as we go further down into this place, so I kind of dug around here. There's some pyropite and some more limonite. And I'll show you how it changes. So we've still got the same stuff. You can see it's still the same type of ore. Dug all of I think I went around this way. Did I go around here? Where did I go? Oh, I went over here. Here we go. Yeah. So we've still got the banded iron, the limerites. I started getting some nickel pieces. And we started running into things like pyrope. And then the ore began to change. It started changing into magnesite and olivine. Things like glauconite and bentonite started coming along, and this is where I found my big old ravine I was talking about. So down there was where I got a few diamonds from there. There was a lava place over that way where I got some diamonds, and we made our way into this bastonsite in neodymium ore. A bazillion weird words. If we go down my little ladder here, it brings us out to a different type of ore vein. It now leads us into spessartine. And I think I mined a lot of this out. But a lot of this I can't actually smelt at the minute. Like, I don't think any of this is stuff that's actually useful to me yet. So I stopped doing it. Something like, yeah, that basically does nothing for me. And the groshula does nothing for me either. So you've got to be kind of careful on the ore veins that you get. And that's why I'm talking about with the turtle doing small areas just to test to see what type of vein is there. If I set the turtle to dig a giant area out and it digs a giant vein out with metal that's useless to me, then it's just completely wastes my time. So doing small areas just to test to see what veins are around, and then deciding if you're going to mine it's a good idea. But you can see here, from that amount that we had, the original amount up there, it's wiggled its way down to here, because look, we're back to the limonites and the malachites, and so basically we've got a copper and iron deposit here, which is great. That's awesome. And further along we get different types. But one thing I have noticed, if you look closely, unless there's a vein, there isn't really any ore. Like, look at the walls. There isn't really anything. The same goes for this way. Not really much at all as far as ores go. So you need to find a good vein. And that's why I'm kind of iffy about the turtle, because I don't really know what it's going to dig up. It might go through that vein that we're doing at the minute that has the well, whatever it's mining up at the minute, the coal and all that sort of stuff. It might go like a few levels down, and the vein might rear off to the left or right, or stop, and then we'll get no ore for the whole rest of the journey. So, I don't know. We're just going to have to kind of wait and see what it digs up in the end, and kind of go from there. Actually, I think I really hope I have not just made it stop because I got too far away. Oh, that would be such a pain. Oh, man. All right, well, we're going to leave it there for today's episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I wanted to kind of get the steel thing done, but that's going to take a lot more work to get that done. But when we come back in the next episode, I should have all the parts to get it going. We'll see what the turtle dug up. I'm kind of not touch that chest that all the stuff goes in there, just so when you come back we can have a look and see exactly what it got. And if I have enough time, I'll start making some more areas for it to mine out as well. But yeah, good stuff. At least we've got a decent kind of way of mining at the minute, and I think it's much better than having a diamond pick spending on a turtle. At least your first diamonds to spend on a turtle. It's pretty handy. But there we go. Alright guys, I'll see you soon for another episode. Have yourself a great day. Have a good one as always. And goodbye.